Foobar Sports is brought to us by Master Bait, the best fishing supply store around. Reel it in at Master Bait.
They give you your own hooks and everything, Foo?
And everything, and your tackle box and
Ooh.
the whole thing.
What about them wiggly worms, Foo?
Well, they call it Master Bait for a reason. Yeah.
Well, hopefully no crabs. Well, Foo.
Well, yeah.
You know, speaking of diseases and such, Foo, we've had some actual news this in the.
What a segue,
news, Foo, in the NFL. I reached for something. I grabbed what I could.
Man, did you pull something? Are you okay?
Dude,
I can't assume you're stretching before these episodes.
No, actually, I just did today, but it still hurts. It still hurts.
Master Bait?
That way. God damn it. Well, Foo, we had some news in. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me fix that. Foo, in the NFL, it was recently reported that Antonio Brown possibly is using a fake vaccination card to surpass or supplant NFL protocols.
Well, and you know, the fact that we're not hearing this more in, you know, just general news, or like I have a friend who got himself like a fake card. You don't hear that. Do you know people that do that?
I don't know anyone.
It's got to be some kind of cool black market going on right now, right?
I mean, dog, you have to have money to be able to pull that shit off, dog. Like,
well, I mean, how hard is it to reproduce like a vaccination card and just, I don't know, just write whatever your buddy has on it?
God damn.
It's written with a pen. Like it's not, this hasn't been formalized except for, you know, if it's legit, it's in a database, which you can check. But I mean, people just kind of like look at it, take your word for it, and enjoy the strip joint.
Son of a bitch.
Right?
I'm in. Like,
I'm not condoning any of this, but like the fact that I grew up in a world where weed was very illegal. And, you know, you had to get creative and, you know, getting a medical card, that was bullshit, but it was an expense you had to make so that you can appear to be legit with your purchases. Now we're discussing, the vaccination cards. The fact that this has not become a more prevalent or more in-your-face black market commodity is kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say disappointing, but what the fuck, people?
I mean, I've seen it on the news.
Yeah.
I've seen it on.
Okay. So people are being shitty. Shitty people are being shitty.
Shitty people are being shitty.
Okay. All right. That's the America I know.
It is the thing. It is a thing, Foo. Like, you just actively avoid the news, Foo, and you know what? I admire that. I admire that one.
Oh, dude, with my anxiety, I can't be looking at the news all the time.
Hey, no, bro, I salute you.
Yeah, bro. It's not.
Way to keep your head straight.
I'm just trying to crawl in my fucking attic and install a home theater system without anything going wrong. That's what I've been keeping my mind occupied with. And it didn't work. Guy. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
That's my guy. Oh, well, Foos. According to reports, Antonio Brown's former live-in chef, Steven Ruiz, who also took on the role of personal assistant, accused the veteran wide receiver of obtaining a fake COVID-19 vaccination card.
You ratted him out?
Yep, and said that Brown had obtained it from a Buccaneers teammate. Now, according to this, the chef was owed like $10,000 and was never paid.
Did him wrong.
Because he was never paid, he's just fucking letting his lips loose. Like, fuck this guy. And you don't fuck with the people who handle your food, man. In one way or another, you get their comeuppance. Yeah, he never saw Waiting, Foo. He doesn't know anything about the bat wing or the goat. Doesn't know, Foo. He just doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Well, Foo. His attorney said that Antonio Brown is in fact vaccinated, and quote unquote, this is what he said: everyone should be like Antonio and get the vaccine. Be like AB and get the vaccine, guys.
So now he's our hero.
Now he's our hero, dog. You know what? Salute you, AB. You damn idiot. Pay your fucking people, dude. Seriously. You owe money? Just pay up. You're a fucking millionaire, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Like,
he has it tied in assets, though. He can't just get it.
Oh, that's true, Foo. That's true. Sorry, that Lamborghini in his parking lot.
Right.
It's all tied up in that, But Foos, so right now he's currently injured at the moment, so he is not playing. But there's kind of speculation that the team is kind of just waiting to see what happens. The NFL is investigating. They have to, because dude, this guy had COVID like maybe 4 weeks ago. And according to their COVID protocols, you do have to sit the full 2 weeks. Like, you have to miss 2 games. And because of his vaccination status, he was technically able to come back the following week.
Mm-hmm.
He did miss 1 game, but he was able to come back the following week. So after all this Aaron Rodgers news too, we haven't even discussed that.
Way to take the focus off of Aaron Rodgers for a quick second, Antonio.
Oh shit, man!
Aaron Rodgers is sending him cash right now, going like, "Thank you, sweep this shit under the rug."
You want to play here next year?
Yeah, because he might not anymore. Like, didn't he just recently shit the bed?
Aaron Rodgers he did not play well. They lost today, I think, but he was not looking good this week or last week. And the thing with Aaron Rodgers was that he did not claim to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
He claimed to be immunized.
Right.
That he was immunized because he had been taking some other supplement that prevented him from getting certain antibodies.
Right.
And dude, there is a Pat McAfee rant. A 45 fucking minute episode with Pat McAfee. Yeah, he's on there for 45 minutes. And he goes on, and he, like, at least 15 minutes of it was him ranting about not getting vaccinated and why he shouldn't get vaccinated and why him not getting vaccinated shouldn't be other people's problem, because I can't give it to you, so don't worry about it. You're vaccinated, so why are you worried if I'm gonna, not vaccinated?
Right.
Oh my God. Such fucking fervor amongst the fucking sports community this last 2 weeks. And you know what? This AB thing, like, everyone's kind of be like, oh, the chef just wants money. It's a lie. Like, we believe him. I don't believe him, dog. I believe he's that much of a fucking idiot to get a goddamn fake vaccination card.
Right.
He lives in fucking Florida, for Christ's sake.
I mean,
sorry, anyone that lives in Florida. Sorry, but come on. You know what you are.
The craziest stories come out of Germany and or Florida.
Why play coy? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
well, what are we doing here?
A man impales himself with a fucking dildo
every day.
Every day.
Have you ever done the thing where you Google Florida man and then the date of your birth? Because there's always a story a day.
God.
Have you ever done that?
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah, just I'm curious. What would pop up right now if you were to Google Florida man and then the date of your birth? So I'm going to type in Florida man, March 25th, 1987. So let's see here. Florida man. Wildlife authorities reacted to drinking videotape wandering around. Wait, what? Wildlife.
What? Hold on.
Somebody fucked an owl?
Wow.
What? What does yours say?
It's not telling me. It's giving me September 14th. I asked for December 5th, 14th.
Florida man steals from Walmart, uses shopping cart as getaway car. That's the March 25th. Nothing yet. There's actually I'm on a website called FloridaManBirthday.org. This whole thing about this.
FloridaManBirthday.org?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, FloridaManBirthday.org. It'll pull up several of stories, and that's the one. That's one of them.
Okay.
You got it?
It's giving me Florida Man Birthday Challenge. Okay, well, anyways, I'm looking this up right now, Foo.
All right.
But as I'm continuing this, I mean, Foo, he fucking got a fake one. Come on. Let's not play coy, dog. Let's not play coy.
Cool.
Well, Foo, speaking of fantasy football, things aren't looking good for the Foo. Not at all.
What a Foo.
Not at all.
How is the Foo?
You know what, Foo? He's good, man. He's got little Emmy.
Right.
His little one,
little
his
kid.
little Footopian.
Yeah.
And she's quite adorable. We've been babysitting her quite often here.
Okay.
About at least once a week. So we're.
Well, you want to know what I think?
What, Foo? What do you think?
And I hope he dies of the incurable condition of being a little bitch.
It's all right, Foo. I secretly always give him a little edible every now and then.
Good.
So, Foo, I'm continuing the corruption, Foo. Don't worry. He's not
Cunt.
He will not escape my clutches, Foo.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. So recently he started his season pretty rocky, Foo.
Uh-huh.
Pretty rocky indeed. So right now he's 3-7. His players have either all been injured or just not produced anything at all. And recently he made a trade with one of our cousins, Matty Ice, for Patrick Mahomes for Russell Wilson. Now, last week when they made the trade, Mahomes put up 51 points and Russell Wilson put up 4. And so the Foo won. He won his first game in quite a while. So he was excited, like, yeah, this is going to be my comeback, guys. Yes, I'm going to start my comeback now because of that trade. So this last week was a trade deadline. And my team was pretty good. I had a lot of good players, so I was just looking to maybe improve in other ways. So I offered him Darren Waller, though a tight end from the Las Vegas Raiders, one of the top tight ends in the entire league. In fact, maybe like number 2 or 3. And then I offered him Josh Jacobs, the running back for the Raiders, who's decent. You know, he's a decent running back. And then I also offered him Antonio Brown. I'm like, hey, man, here's AB. You want AB? You can have him. You have AB. So the Foo provided me Rob Gronkowski. I got Gronk, Foo. I got him. Got Gronk.
Guy ain't going nowhere.
And then I got a Philadelphia Eagle on my team now, Foo, Miles Sanders. And then I got Jarvis Landry from the Browns. Now, I had prefaced this with the Foo saying, look, I know you're getting a little bit on the, a little bit over on this trade. You're getting a good deal with Waller. Fine, I get that. But you know what? I want to see if you can make a comeback. So here, now you got a pretty decent team, man. You should beat me this week. In fact, I'm considering this week as me gifting you a loss. Like I'm out my top tight end. I'm trading you my top tight end. I'm gonna be out my top wide receiver because of a bye week. It's cool. I'm gonna consider this a scheduled loss. Totally fine. So this morning I find out my top quarterback, Lamar Jackson, was going to be out because of a non-COVID illness. So I'm like, shit, well, I'm going to lose anyway, so might as well just throw my backup in there.
Okay.
Well, Foo, my backup ends up breaking his ribs in the first quarter of the game, and I'm down 4. He only got me 4 points. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, let's see how this goes. Well, the rest of my team didn't get the memo because then my wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, puts up 8 receptions for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns, 33 points. And then one of my running backs, Nick Chubb, that is his name, Foo, no double entente. He ran for 130 yards and got a receiving touchdown. And then I had a tight end, my backup tight end that I wasn't planning on starting at all at the rest of the year, just an emergency guy. I started him. He put up 11 points.
Nice.
Oh, damn. All right. Hey, I got someone there. And then my backup running back that I just picked up off of waivers, no one had him, put up 15 points for me. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
That's my thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
And then the wide receiver that the Foo traded me hadn't done anything all year. Only maybe at most got him like 9 points.
So he was happy to lose him.
Yeah, he was happy to lose him. Puts up 12 points for me. Gets a rushing touchdown.
Damn!
And then my kicker puts up 9 points. A nice modest 9 points by Greg Zerline.
All right.
3 field.
That's why you need a
field
kicker.
goals.
Several,
That's
if you
fine.
ask me.
Kickers are everything, Foo, and I'll tell you why in this next portion here.
Uh-huh.
And then the Buffalo Bills shot the bed at -6 points. You can get negative in this league, Foo. And that's because we get negative points for every 7 points scored. They scored 35 plus points on the Bills, so that's fine. Well, my total ended up being 106. Now, to the Foo. The Foo was projected at 116.90. These projections are all, circumstantial. No one fucking knows how anything's going to turn out. This is what the Foo currently has. Now, I'm going to tell you the projections, and then I'm going to tell you what they got. Patrick Mahomes, former MVP, former Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, who put up 50 points for him last week, was projected to get 31.99 points this week. Got 9.8 points for the Foo.
Jeez. Hardly
Tyler
anything.
Lockett.
All right.
Hardly anything. Tyler Lockett, wide receiver of the Seahawks.
Well, the rest of his guys are going to get something, right?
Yeah, well, you would think, right? You would think, right? I mean, they're all, you don't get 116-point projection for nothing.
Right.
Well,
right.
Wide receiver, tight end Lockett got projected 12.37. Got him 13.5. He covered the spread, Foo.
Okay.
He covered the spread.
Yeah, okay.
We're waiting for Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's projected 17, so we're waiting, Foo. He has a chance. Mm-hmm. And then, Foo, Darren Waller, the guy I traded him, put up 15. He was only projected 11, so he has projections.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Exceeded
Jamar
expectations.
Chase, a guy I traded him earlier in the season, gave him 12, was projected 14. And then a guy he picked up off waivers, Jimmy Wilson, was supposed to get 15, only got 11. His kicker only got him 3 points, Foo. Supposed to get him at least 8. And his defense got him 4 points. So overall, his defense beat me still. Now, on his bench, so overall, the Foo currently has 68.5 points with only one guy left. And his remaining projections are only 85 points. So, the Foo right now on his bench had his kicker had 18 points. That's 15 points right there for this Foo. He would easily beat me if he just started his kicker. That. That's 15 points. Mm-hmm. His defense got 10 points, an extra 6 points. Right there, that's already 21 points. This asshole will just need a couple of touches, and he'd beat me tomorrow on Monday night's game. But no, the Foo does not know how to set his fucking lineup and could not take a gift of a fucking win. I didn't have my starting quarterback. I had nothing. All he needed was a measly 20 from his quarterback to beat me. He hasn't gotten that. I told the Foo, I'm like, Foo, how do you fumble the bag? I handed it off to you. I fucking gave you, I put it in a nice little bow for you.
It's just fresh as fuck.
I mean, the fantasy gods, Foo, just don't want him to win.
No.
They're just like, suck.
I think they joined me in this sentiment.
And I hope he dies of the incurable condition of being a little bitch.
Foo, it all makes sense.
Roy Kent.
It all makes sense, Foo. Roy Kent. He's here. He's everywhere. Roy Kent. Roy Kent. Oh, God.
Playoffs.
The poor Foo.
Yeah.
The poor Foo. And then I got cousins and people texting me on the side like, Dick, wow, you still somehow won and you didn't even have your quarterback. And as my dad likes to say, I brought them down to my level this week. I brought them down to my level.
That's a humble way of putting it. Yeah.
I didn't need to do anything. Just brought them down to my level. It's like, hey, look, you got to beat me. It's plain and simple. Figure it out.
Stop making this hard, dude.
Well, good luck, Foo, for the rest of the way. Hopefully you don't get a Sacco. And I believe this year we actually have a nutsack trophy. So
nice.
He'll be getting a nice nutsack to the face.
Where did you procure such a object?
Foo, it's called a trophy store. I'm not sure who bought it. I didn't buy it myself. But
I just can't imagine that, your run-of-the-mill trophy store is just going to have a sack. Unless that's a popular thing.
They sell them online.
Okay.
For fantasy football?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Dude, they sell some of the fucking gnarliest shit for fantasy football losers.
Oh, very cool.
Winners.
Okay. All right.
So you can find anything online nowadays. I don't want to finish off sports with talking about some other things, considering we have the NBA going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers are
imploding.
Imploding, Foo. They do not look good.
No.
I am not satisfied with how they have been playing. They're 9-9. LeBron has been injured for more than half the season, I would say right now. And they just don't look like they're gelling. Like Westbrook was a terrible trade, at least that's how it looks right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's not playing any defense, but we're not surprised. Like everyone knows, Russell Westbrook does not play great defense, and Carmelo Anthony doesn't at this point anyway either. And speaking of Melo, he's not being consistent. Like, he's like one night putting up like fucking 30 points, 28 points. That literally the next day he only puts up 6. It's like, Dick, what happened? The fucking pumpkin, did the clock strike 12 and you turned into a pumpkin again? Those Jordans don't work anymore?
And is it just me, or does it just seem like that locker room, like everybody kind of resents each other a little bit?
There's not a very cohesiveness.
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel the chemistry like you did with the championship season. And even last year a little bit, like, I think that bringing in so many of these different energies and different people, it's not really gelling well. Like, now Dwight is kind of being a little bit of a, too much of an asshole for some of the guys, so they're trying to dial
He's getting
it back.
frustrated, I think.
They are. Well, because it's due because of how they're playing. They're losing the games that they shouldn't be losing. They're getting blown out in some games. Like, they got blown out by the fucking Celtics the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And what was fucked up is that Dennis Schroeder had a great game, and during the interview, the post-game interview for Dennis Schroeder, they put underneath him, "Can you believe they're paying Russell Westbrook $63 million instead of him?" It's just like, dang, that's fucked up. But it's true, man. Like, the guys like Dennis Schroeder's playing well in Boston. Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope are playing fantastic in Washington. In fact, Washington is one of the top teams. Washington, the Washington fucking Wizards are one of the top teams in the NBA. That doesn't even sound right coming.
Well, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
That's true, Foo. Yeah. That's true. I mean, in fact, Foo, the Chicago Bills are 12-5 right now. The Bills are relevant again, Foo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they got Lonzo Ball now. They got our boy Alex Caruso. We miss you, man. Miss you.
Yeah, no kidding, man. The GOAT.
Dude, like, there were reports, and then they also got DeMar DeRozan, who was on the Spurs last year.
Mm-hmm.
And there were reports that, according to DeMar, during the offseason, right before they traded for Russell Westbrook, he was going to sign in LA. He admitted it. He's like, I was going to sign. He's like, it was 100% like foregone conclusion. Like, I was signing. He's like, but then they traded for us, and it's just like, there's no point in me going. Like, right. I'm not going to sign there. So that's why he ended up going to Chicago instead. So it almost feels like, dude, Rob Pelinka is treating the Lakers like a fantasy basketball team.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah, and it's just like, Dick, what are you doing? Like, bro, I make these kind of stupid trades, and I'm a fantasy fucking football and basketball owner. What are you doing, dude? You should know better. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Nothing gets past you, man.
Nope. Eagle-eyed dog. I got eyes everywhere. Yeah, we'll see how the rest of the season goes, man. But it's a little frustrating right now. Again, it's still pretty early. We're only 18 games in. We still got, we still got another 64 games remaining in the season. So we'll see, Foo. We'll give him a chance. We'll give him a chance.
Sure, man. Sure. I mean, they're not winning this year, though. Let's just.
Wow.
They're not gonna.
Way to be negative, dog.
Hey, well, you can mark my words. Now, egg on my face if they end up winning something. But
Foo, you know what? Just because you said that and only you, they're gonna win it.
All right. Well, that's a nice.
Just to spite you.
Okay. Well, let's go with that. Let's just have that. Can that happen? Yeah. Can that happen?
Yeah.
I'll fall on that sword.
Well, Foo, I'm gonna finish off sports with a nice little news here that none other than Shohei Ohtani was crowned the unanimous AL MVP, and the reason why this is a monumental moment is, one, he's unanimous, and two, dude, he is the first pitcher/hitter to win this award since, I believe, Babe Ruth.
Yeah, there haven't been many who can do both well.
No, and dude, his stat line is amazing. He hit 46 home runs this year. He made 23 starts as a pitcher. He posted a 96.5 OPOS. That's the second highest. That's pretty goddamn good. It's almost near 100% on base percentage at that point. He had 8 triples, which was tied for a major league lead. He stole 26 bases. A pitcher stole 26 bases. He was only topped by 7 other players. He became the 6th player in history with at least 45 home runs and at least 25 home bases in the same season. joining the ranks of Alfonso Soriano, Chipper Jones, Jose Canseco, Larry Walker, and Bonds. And as a pitcher, dude, that's just his hitting stats. As a pitcher, he compiled 130 and a third innings. He had a 3.18 ERA, which is pretty damn good for a starter.
Yeah.
He had 156 strikeouts, 44 walks, and at least 120 innings, he ranked top 14 percentage in strikeout percentage, and top 19 in the opponent's slugging percentage and expected field percentage. So, this dude is just putting up numbers you do not see. You don't see this as from production from either a pitcher or a hitter. And yeah, it's fantastic. This guy is just a pleasure to watch. I believe next year is his last year in Anaheim. And he kind of alluded to that if he does not win a championship, he's going to start looking elsewhere.
Really?
So,
really? Didn't he just tell reporters that he looks forward to spending a very long time in Anaheim? I just saw that come through a couple days ago. Or was that just a feel-good piece?
No, it may have, because he's on the verge. He just came off the big news of him winning the MVP, so he's on a high. Maybe he's planning on staying. Maybe he's hoping that they win a championship. But dude, if this guy's a winner, and if he does not win, then I wouldn't be surprised if he were enticed to play somewhere else,
like Los Angeles.
The issue there is that he wants to be able to pitch and hit. And
Roberts won't let him.
No, he won't be able to. He won't be able to do it because as a pitcher, you only hit once during your outing, and you're not going to get many pinch hitting opportunities.
Oh, right.
So he's better off being in the AL where he could still be a DH, designated hitter, and pitch and hit every single day, and then still pitch when he pitches, and then he can still hit on the days he pitches.
Right.
So, yeah, man, it's a tough situation. I really hope they do a universal DH, because then maybe.
Well, weren't they talking about that a couple years back?
They tested it out last year during the playoffs, and I believe during the season, because of COVID protocol, and they didn't want to risk anything. They just thought it'd be easier that way, so they tested it, and there are discussions perhaps on it being included in the next CBA. There is kind of worry that the MLB could potentially go through a strike and a lockout because it's up for negotiation. The collective bargaining agreement is up at the end of the season. So I believe December 1st is when the new season starts. And right now, they're kind of saying that as of December 3rd or 4th, they may go on strike. So don't be surprised if we have baseball a little late, because these type of negotiations, especially for a league that does not have a salary cap, it's gonna get a little ugly. So hopefully they
drags.
Resolve it soon, but
wouldn't be the first time they went on strike, and it just dragged.
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll see, Fu. We'll see what happens there, and we'll have more news probably post holiday break, Foos. As we get a little bit more stuff. But yeah, man, I'll keep you guys posted on more of our Foobar show, our Foobar Sports shenanigans with me and the Foo in Fantasy Foosball.
All right, man. Well, I look forward to seeing how bad the Foo's going to lose this year, and hopefully, I get to see him with that Sacco. If I'm curious to even see what that thing looks like. I mean, I know what a scrotum looks like, but I think you know what I mean.
Look down every day.
Too much sometimes. Too much. So, I mean, if it doesn't look like mine, I'm going to be fucking freaked out. Anyway, all right, is that going to do it for sports?
That's going to do it for sports.
All right, stick around for music highlights. Here we go. The Music Highlights is brought to us by Vinyl Resting Place. Get your ashes compressed into a vinyl record at Vinyl Resting Place.
They actually have that, right?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a world, food.
I know. Well, I have some songs for you guys today. If I can only just there we go. All right. So up first, we got this song that I discovered a couple weeks back, but I'm finally getting the chance to play it here on the pod. By an artist called Warbly Jets. They have an album called Monster House, and this is the single off of that album called Bad News. Here we go. So, I haven't seen the Stone Roses live per se, but I don't know if you remember this, Josh, but many years ago when K-Rock played rock and roll music, they had this thing, you know how they had the weenie roast during the summertime. During the fall, they would have the Inland Empire Invasion, where they would go to a venue in San Bernardino, and they would hold a similar kind of festival event where they would have a lineup of many, many bands. And they would have, it would be a little quirky. Sometimes it would be a specific theme to it. Me in particular, I went to the K-Rock Inland Invasion concert. I forget what year it was, but I went to the one where they were paying homage to the 80s acts that are still out there doing their thing. So in this show, I saw Ian Brown of the Stone Roses. He came out, total douchebag, complete. Like he was on drugs. He was drunk. Who knows? But he was just kind of like unintelligible when he was on the mic. Other bands included like Devo. I saw. I think Billy Idol was doing his thing again back then. What was that?
Was that when Berlin was coming back too, I think?
Might have been, but I don't think that they were at that particular show.
Got it.
Yeah, but it was a mix of new indie rock bands that were, coming up and those old 80s ones. So I think they even had like the Vandals play. Yeah, it was crazy. So like Ian Brown of the Stone Roses, and we know this about Morrissey because he was supposed to close out that show. Morrissey was, and we all know that Morrissey flakes, right? Like he's known to like just cancel his show, maybe because I don't know, because they're selling meat at the show, and he's a vegetarian, and he's like kind of a douchebag that way. So apparently, we were supposed to get this news from from one of his people who was supposed to come on the mic after Ian Brown of the Stone Roses played his set. But Ian Brown knew this news already while he was on stage, and in his drunken stupor of his fucking painful to watch show on stage, just shares the news. Oh, by the way, you guys are here for Morrissey, right? Yeah, fucking yeah, Morrissey. But bunch of fucking, bunch of chicks out there with their black ass bangs and their polka dot dresses. Yeah, we love Morrissey and all that bullshit, right? And he's like, yeah, you like Morrissey so much, he's not gonna play the show today. And then he just laughs and does this huge cackle, and everybody's like, what? No Morrissey? Like, who cares? But the people who were there to see Morrissey were disappointed as fuck. And then he just fucking proceeds to get more drunk. I think he was drinking while he was kind of like going around the stage and shit. So that guy was a disaster. I hadn't seen a worse show than Ian Brown of the Stone Roses. I just remember him being just jacked up on something. More power to him, I guess. I don't know. But anyway. But that's the music highlights, everybody. Yeah, man. And I forgot to play something, man. I think we were supposed to touch on this at the intro of the show, but I mean, if we got you on the show today, Josh, I might as well play this.
Carl, poop, 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 poop. Carl, poop, poop, poop. Carl, poop. Carl, poop.
So I'll just let this play in the background.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Why did you ask me to play this?
Well, we were having dinner one night here at the Nick household, and I was discussing with my mother and my sister. what name? You know, are there songs after our names? So there is a song called Sarah Jane, played by Bob Dylan. It's a pretty good song.
Right.
Go out there, watch it. There is a song, Joshua, by Dolly Parton. Great song.
Yeah.
Great song. So
yeah.
we decided, hey, is there a name? Is there a song for my brother, Carl? And so we looked it up. There it is, the first one, Carl Poops. The Carl Pooping song.
Poop. Carl Poop.
And so my brother, who is a musician, who does play as well, plays piano, plays guitar, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We sent this to him. We're like, hey, look, we found a pooping song for little baby Carl when he's born. Like, that's gonna be his potty training song.
The song is called the Carl Poop Song by the odd man who sings about poop, puke, and pee. If you look this up, I can't make this up.
You can't. You really can't. It's amazing. The things we find nowadays. Welcome to the internet, people.
Well, let's hear the rest of it.
Carl Poop. Carl Poop.
Fucking beautiful, man.
End scene.
Yeah.
Finish. Such a great song. Such a great song. Yeah, man. I just thought I'd bring that little levity, bring that little enjoyment to you all.
Yeah. On a comedy podcast, this was the comic relief.
This is what we needed. This is what we needed. Right. Talking about vaccination, fake vaccination cards and such.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. No kidding.
Well, Fu, did you want to see what my Florida man story is?
Oh, yeah. So you went to floridamanbirthday.org, right?
Yeah, they didn't have one on there for me, but I went on floridamanbirthdaychallenge.com.
Oh, for fuck's sake, there's more than one of these websites.
Evidently, Fu, evidently. All right. Everything on the internet now.
So what do they got?
So, December 14th, Florida man. A Florida resident is accused of having bitten two of his girlfriend's boys, and their mother is accused of neglect. This guy bit these kids. He bit a 2-year-old, had 8 bite marks on his back, buttocks, and face, and 35 wounds on his back, and a 3-year-old boy only had a bite on his ass. When asked why he did such a thing, the man said, "The kids were frustrating the hell out of me."
But what? Okay, all right. So let's dissect this for a quick second, because, I mean, the common thing between the two kids is that their ass was bit, right? That leads me to believe that was his go-to area. So something was going on with this guy already to begin with.
Oh, Fu, the implications.
Aside from being in Florida, where, people go to die and alligators go to eat, or crocodiles.
or to get hepatitis.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
You can get it in a bathroom there. I don't know, probably.
Likely. At least the likelihood, I think, is higher in Florida. Don't quote me. I'm not a doctor or anything.
I'm quoting you, Fu. That's it. I got you down. You're done. You're done, dude. Fucking done.
And I hope he dies of the incurable condition of being a little bitch.
Well, man, that's the show for today. Josh, thanks for being on. We will have a show in a couple of weeks, and it probably will be a different format. It's likely going to have some live audio of us just kind of walking around the LA Comic-Con space. We were able to get a press pass, so we're going to go check that out. Steph is going to be dressed as something. I don't plan on being dressed as anything. So, yeah, dude, it's so cumbersome. Like, the last time I went as Wilfred, and I was trying to get, like, the audio recording equipment out of my fucking sack that I had to really, it was a disaster almost. I mean, we made it happen, but I'm just gonna go in jeans and a t-shirt. So that's gonna be good.
Way to go, Fu. No one will recognize you.
No.
Incognito.
Right. Well, anyway, if you're going to the LA Comic-Con, we're going on Saturday, and if you see us, say hi. We'll put you on the podcast. We don't give a fuck. So in the meantime, man, support the podcast at least through grassstore.com. Go to foobarshow.com and then click on that Grassstore banner at the bottom. We don't, again, I keep saying this, but like, we'd love for you to show yourself wherever you may be. I am seeing these credits come through, And it just puts a smile on my face. Like, Josh, I don't know who these people are, but they're clicking on the fucking banner, and there's all kinds of credits in there. So if you ever wanted to put in a purchase, we get a $25 off of the entire purchase, which pretty much takes care of the taxes.
Listen. We will send you a free Foobar Show coaster if you tell us who you are.
No, these coasters are faded. You don't want that. Here, we'll send you something else. We'll send you a T-shirt.
Got you.
Yeah, nobody wants these coats. They're used, abused. And I'm all out of new ones. I should make new ones. I'm not making new ones.
Way to go, Foo.
Just click on the Grass Store banner, you fucks. All right, anything else, Josh? Anything else that you want to announce? Are you having a baby? Everybody seems to be having a baby these days.
No.
Food baby.
Food. Don't. Yeah, food baby. Maybe. Yeah,
right.
it's gonna go right in the toilet. to be a toilet baby, Foo. All nice and brown.
Great. All right. Well, that's one way to end a podcast. Thank y'all very much for listening into the Foobar Show. Remember to hit subscribe and be sure to rate, review, and tell a friend like a freaking champion. You can always get in touch with us and get our swag at foobarshow.com. That's FOOBarshow.com, and search FOOBar Show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out. Drop us a line and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. I've been Josie.
Josh.
Signing off saying, don't be a dick.